Ah yes, Miitopia with only half the jobs, dealing challenge that makes you bored out of your mind. So after seeing this comment on one of my recent videos saying that I should do a challenge run banning a list of jobs, my brain started working, and I thought of this challenge run. So you're probably wondering, what jobs are you banning? Well, what I did was take 4 Miitopia job rankings, that being for myself, Daniel's very bored, but his revised one because his opinions have changed, and I actually know the guy, Reloaded Toad, and AG64. I then calculated the average of all 4 of the rankings, and here it is on screen. Obviously, because this is supposed to be a challenge run, I'm only using the bottoms on the bottom half of the list, meaning no warrior for me, which is literal hell. Obviously, this seems really easy at first, but I can only use Thief and Greenhorne and 2 more jobs in Neksdor, so the beginning of this challenge run will be very interesting. Let's get started. I think this is now my quickest mass fight ever. This puts the cool kids club to shame, goddamn. So, thanks to the AoE of Thief and 2 cool personalities, being me and Link, this guy kinda got shredded. And you can tell because this 30-second clip that I usually clip at the end of every single boss fight starts off with me entering the boss fight. You literally just saw it. That's unreal. Even though the damage stacked up a bit, my HP sprinkles quickly bailed me out, so nothing too crazy. You'd expect this to be hard thanks to the low magic stat of Thief and the boss's magic attacks, but he didn't really use the magic attack that often. And even if I did get hit hard, my HP sprinkles were there to bail me out, along with the safe spot. Thanks to Thief's low HP, this makes it a lot easier to recover my team's HP, even without a healer. And Golem was quite a similar story, except instead of using magic moves, I got lucky with personality quirks like Void and Patience, just to make him not hurt me at all. Yeah, I kinda got lucky here. If you took a photo of me throughout every second of this boss fight, you would see how it would be just a normal face throughout the beginning, and to my big grin on my face throughout the middle, and then how my flabbergasted I was at the end here. I shredded this guy into pieces, but then his damage started to pile up like a lot, and I had no more healing sources at all besides HP bananas and the safe spot. Sprinkles really do a number to you. And the thing is that my thieves don't have like 2 HP anymore. I actually had to worry about them getting full HP now. So, I kinda was boned here. My teammates started to piff for bananas a lot, and we were nearly all constantly in the red. I had to take massive risk with my HP and make sure the rest of the team was safe and constantly healed. This ending was hell, but luckily he was slow, so I was able to finish him off pretty fast. While it's not gonna look at it in 5 seconds of this replay, this boss was kinda easy. Remember the photo concept? You'd see how my smile would gradually grow. Even though I just let Link die like that, my rest of my team was so tanky and just kept dodging like crazy. It was so insane how the boss could barely hit us. Even if our damage kinda sucks, this fight went relatively quick. And keep in mind, I basically 3 teammated it just for shits and giggles. Greenhorne was surprisingly easy, with only 1 really scary moment. On to the next store in the addition of 2 jobs. Oh god, this challenge sucks early game. Despite my constant bitching throughout the beginning of this video about the early game, Scientist and Imp are some of the best jobs I can use here. And after this quick and really easy fight, I have full confidence in my questionable team, even if the defenses are fucking pitiful. And yes, I'm not using Thief anymore. You won't see Link, Toad, and me in a Thief costume anymore. Fuck off. Thanks to my new brainless ability called Horse Whispering, combined with the Sweet Whispers, yeah. This boss kinda got shredded into pieces. You might not notice this, but I actually did this after the other painting, because I thought this would be harder, but I was kinda wrong. I think I was just more prepared for this fight, I guess. I don't know. Still free due to Horse Whispering. Now if you're wondering why I just did this one first, it looks cleaner if I transition all 3 pyramid bosses together, so put up with it, I guess. Yeah, the fight that I just talked about earlier sucked balls. He killed Boldy instantly, so Life Sprinkle gone, and then he killed Kirby a turn later, causing me to panic. Thankfully, a Sweet Whispers leads to a lot of damage, until we entered a similar state to the Griffin boss from earlier. I had to save spot and sprinkle nearly constantly, and keep myself stupidly low again. This was nowhere near as bad, but it still sucked an immense amount of balls. And this boss is back to the pain in the ass form I know too well. I should have killed the other one first, honestly. I'm kind of stacked now, and Horse Whispering kind of exists. Let's just go say goodbye to these bosses, just like their names. Goodbye! Looks are deceiving. This fight for the most part was smooth sailing, until the end for the 3rd time in a row by now. Eventually, I got exhausted of my healing resources just like always, and I just had to keep safe spotting and praying for some nice luck, which I kinda got towards the tail end of the fight. Holy fuck was this stressful, and I'm surprised I did this deathless considering my situation. Neksdor was mostly free with its shitty moments. On to run with the Fae and a full list of jobs. Yahoo! Despite my very frail team, this guy was even with this, slight mistake. Okay, I'm not the smartest of people. Even easier somehow, besides the concerns of literally anybody that isn't by me getting touched by this guy, because this guy kinda hurts. Holy fuck, this guy hurt like a monster truck. Horse Whispering saved my ass so hard here. I couldn't imagine doing the rest of this boss without it, because my team is so goddamn frail and I can't really do shit. Honestly, I don't know why I've been always fighting this boss after the butterfly, because this is always free and it honestly kind of shows here. Yeah, again, I'm not with the smartest of people. Adding to my previous statement, this boss is always a pain in the ass and I always fight it before the potato breads for some reason. And I wondered why again, because the AoE attack hurt and Horse Whispering had to carry me again. I know this was a poor example, but most of my other runs, watch my other runs and you'll see that this guy usually sucks dick. Despite the big damage from this boss, Horse Whispering yet again bailed my ass out, doing insane damage, but I wasn't out of the woods. Completely unlocked the last few fights. I still had to put up with the huge splash damage and stink breath, which shredded me so badly. Shoutouts to the eldest Fab Fairy for doing most of the healing, because you know how I feel about Flower AI healing. Toad and rerun! And I take back everything I said about Toad, this guy sucks! Speaking of that, Red Link only has the 310 gold stained glass flower at the frog! I know Boldy is cool and all, but you should not look up to his 3 teammate Realm the Fae self. Look at this set! I did not use any cosmetic armors here. This is what Boldy had at the time. Also, fun fact, I beat this boss in 2 minutes and 53 seconds, because I started Kendrick Lamar's mirror on the second the fight started. That's an odd sign choice, but blame Spotify. Realm the Fae was pretty easy. On to Karkaton. Magma Slime has already been fought as a scientist, so that's getting skipped. Pain Cloud time. Yeah, this sucked when he hit Boldy physicals damage. Besides that, it was literally free. I just had to waste all my sprinkles on Boldy's ass. Christ almighty, this guy hurt. I had my sprinkles gone by the end, which is pretty unusual for a fight like this, and I even ended up dying once. Despite that, he still kinda went down fast thanks to his kind of low HP and our semi-good damage. I think you can now see why I'm maining Imp in this run. Speed Whispers will now carry the run because I don't have any good DPS jobs in this team at all. Scientists exist, but I'm focusing on boss fights here, now that the random sludge matters. So basically what I'm getting at here is that I shredded this guy slowly but surely, thanks to Dirt Dude's hyper and other decent damage around the team. And also, this boss didn't really hurt at all, besides the bite, which didn't shock me. But it did shock me when Red Link died because of it. Also, I timed this fight like the frog, and thanks to Linkin Park's Faint, which was actually a better music choice, thanks Spotify, it was 2 minutes and 15 seconds. Yeah, the frog took longer than the Cerberus. Would you look at that? I could have gotten Blossom on this rock path, but my team from Cerberus was cooking, so I decided to keep Derp Dude after getting this team back first. Anyways, this was shockingly free. I underestimated my team's bulk severely, and Red Link, you learned how to heal properly! Thank you! Yeah, I lied about Toad. Toad remained a thief for this fight, but it doesn't make any difference anyways. Bro was useless. It was just the other 3 Ms doing all of the work. I could have reset for Derp Dude, but I'm sick of resetting these rocks due to my terrible luck in my last playthrough of the game. So I just stuck with this team and I still got the job done easily. This boss had potential to be a really suckish fight, but I guess it decided to not work with its subordinates at all, so not much worry thanks to Horse Whispering. I think Red Link managed to somehow unlearn how to heal properly, because bro did not want to use Flower Bed at all. This boss also just obliterated my resources a bit after the halfway point, so shoutouts to the horse for saving my ass again, because this could have been a lot worse if I didn't shred a chunk of his HP. Well, here we are, the big bad Dark Lord, Thief. I honestly think this Dark Lord aged like milk, because Greenhorne wasn't that bad and Thief has grown on me a bit. It's still the worst job in the game though, changed my mind. Anyways, let's discuss this turd, who was actually pretty dang free. His rocks were like pebbles, and the slap was manageable. We got through the first half pretty fast thanks to that. The second half, however, sucked immense amount of balls, because my teammates decided to kill the imps after I got good luck with the Dark Lord stealing Red Link and Blossom. I then got my face stolen after that, so that was annoying, but besides that, it was basically the same shit, so not much of a hassle. Karkaton was unexpectedly free, so on to more freeness in the Traveler's Hub. The AoE attack sucked and put me one step closer to the edge, but besides that, light work as always. Honestly, I'd like to think I'm never wrong, but I thought this boss wouldn't hurt as bad as it did in Raid Run. I was wrong. It was still easy though, thanks to Sweet Whispers, of course. This boss was so easy I probably could have beat it by myself, especially with punishing Pitchfork now. I'm happy that I finally get to do some damn damage with this job. In the end, we all know this fight is just a Shield Sprinkle giver, so it doesn't even matter. I was paranoid about this boss for whatever reason, but it was still free. I'm just stupid. The stupid fucking self-healing was pushing me away, but still easy as always. Traveler's Hub was free and let me reference an album. Try to guess it in the comments. I've ran out of comedy ideas for this goddamn segment of the game. On to Skyscraper. Actually, no transition. This segment's too short, and Skyscraper is also short. Cross Dissolve! You know, this would have been a bit harder if I didn't get Sweet Whispers plus Horses spraying at the start. I'm thinking that I should ban Horse in these challenge runs. I'm sick of Horses spray carrying my ass, and that shows with like a lot of the things I've said in the script. I think I could have actually had some content in this run if I did that, but I guess not. Besides that, the boss hurt, but thanks to our tremendous damage in general with Sweet Whispers, it didn't take long. Even though I just bitched about the horse, I don't think I even needed that 538 damage boost. Holy speedrun over here. I'm surprised this lasted more than 30 seconds because I got Horse Whispering and then all of their HP was basically gone for there. Yeah, I'm banning Horse on the next run. Fuck it. If you know this boss, you know that this is never a challenge in the first place, unless you're doing a stupidly hard run for some reason. You see, by this point in the game, your team becomes mega powerful, and you also get a shit ton of sprinkles, and the bosses are kind of easy. So with the slight exceptions of the Phantom of Evil sometimes, Skyscraper is a really easy ride. So basing off of that, you should probably expect how this fight went. Yeah, Skyscraper was easy for the bajillionth time. I always think it's gonna be hard, but then it ends up disappointing me. Whatever, onto the Darkest Lord. Holy speedrun the sequel, goddamn this flew by. Next. I don't know why I like to bring this up so much in this video specifically, but remember the photograph concept from the Griffin? This time, I would keep the exact same face. Nothing. I would just look the same throughout the entire time. I was just so chill about this ending that looks actually horrible on paper. Nigel being stupid low and Kirby dying halfway through the fight. I think I just got so sick of this playthrough. Like, when I mean I haven't felt anything since the Dark Lord, I mean it. I'm expecting hard fights here, but I'm just not getting any. Why? What do you expect at this point, bro? The only hard thing about this fight was resisting the urge to punch my Switch because Red Link wouldn't stop spamming flower power. Sweet Whispers and a Horse Whispering made the sun look like some random scrub off the side of the street. And oh wow, would you look at that, another easy run that I ended up making up. Hip hip! Hooray! Yeah, this was stupidly easy. Removing half the jobs may seem suckish, but in reality, this wasn't that bad. And once you get past Neksdor, it's a cakewalk, because you have all the jobs on the list, and you can always just change around the thieves like I did. I was expecting pure suffering for Greenhorne and Neksdor, but once I got past them, and not much challenge in those worlds at all, I knew the run would be easier. but I was still expecting somewhat of a challenge due to my shitty jobs, but I still made a decent enough team that started through the game without much struggle. So even the worst of the jobs make this game stupid easy. God damn. This actually might be my least favorite challenge I've ever done because of how boring it was towards the end. After the Dark Lord, it was just nothing. At least one fun thing happened, being that I didn't have my first quarrel until Realm of the Fae? That's odd. And also, if you notice the theme behind my boss names, you're a real one. Anyways, that's the end. Thanks for watching. Peace.